Hello and welcome, gamers. We're at it again with Final Fantasy. Gonna get into the dungeon today, so let's get on with it. Well, the Yulmoran's gone, and your companion now returned. I think it best you go now before they can regroup. With magic flowing once more through the great pyramid of Uznair, the entrance to the Katana Ravel should now be open. Before we leave, Urion J, did you discover anything that might suggest the Light Warden hides elsewhere? Nay, though we had but little time before the Yulmoran's most unwelcome arrival, we scoured the nearby environs and spoke once more with the one called Coril. Having hearkened to her tale, it is my judgment that the Sin Eater which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and that it most likely resided in the vicinity of Raktika Falls. In the absence of any subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out a new sanctuary, and given the considerable difficulty we face in reaching the falls, we may be certain it hath not been disturbed by man. Then our course is clear. We must navigate the Katana Ravel and make for Raktika Falls. Though you see it as but another obstacle to be navigated, the Katana Ravel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge which is rightfully yours as allies of Ronka. You are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every ilm of it once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. To discourage trespassers and test the worth of our allies, it had to be so. Be careful in there. Head east and you will find the path of azure flowers leading to the Ravel. I wish you safe passage through its halls. Woo, let's go! Master Matoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please, promise me you will return safely. The Knights Blessed need you. Need not worry, Runar. I shall return and bring with me a long-awaited gift, one the Knights Blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now, let us away. Another dungeon. Lahe! You can feel the ether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that's required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard, Duache. We do not know what awaits us inside. Alright. Well, no choice today. But let's go anyways. It's time for Owl Town. guardians of the rabble, in the name of the Emperor, I bid you awaken. Yeah, eventually I guess you can just stand on it. Let's go, let's go. Which one are we attacking, boys? This one? More. Gotta go here. Or we could just stand, I guess. I love pressing buttons.
Away with you!
Not taking damage. Ah, here we go. Eerie glow, huh? Don't be on that now.
You underestimate me.
Usually you have to like make sure to aim him so your other party doesn't get hit, but he just auto repositions when you're with trust. Which is, you know, fair enough. There's only so much they can teach the AI. And a little bit closer, Andre. No mitigation, we die like men. Sure, this is compelling. Nice waste of an LB there, your Stola. Well done. Ding 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 ding.
I'll show you.
Kill these guys already. Voila. Maybe I should double pulse, but it's just gonna take so long to kill everything. But whatever, I'm doing this now. I said I would. Didn't need to press it twice.
Thy time has not yet come.
Thanks, Orion J. I appreciate it. Take damage now. Hurry up.
You underestimate me.
I think it's kind of fun that Y'shtola is, like, I guess her class is called Sorceress, but she is functionally a black mage, which is the total opposite of a white mage, which she was before. Lots of fun development for her. Big boy scream. He's doing that again, making me auto-walk. Sometimes it gets stuck in one direction. I don't know why.
I shall protect you.
One vuln Lamau. I almost got squished. Oh no. Feats are off. Kill this bench. There we go. Ooh, it's the Raktika Falls. Bloop. Forgiven violence, monkey. Forgiven flattery, doggy.
Away with you!
Can you guys hurry up, please? Let's go. Why are you standing so far away? Please, Ariandre.
will not hold back.
It is really beautiful though. I do wish they would adjust the damage of the thrust just a little bit so you can get through it a little bit faster. I know it's like a trade-off, but also I am impatient. We're over there heckling us from the stands.
Now I've got you.
One second.
Alright, Eros.
the face of love, I would imagine, but no, I'm not gonna. Judge you, I guess. Maybe you're very polite.
I will not hold back.
Doot, 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 doot. That's wrong button.
My time has not yet come.
Hey, hello?
I will not hold back.
So basically a monkey? You just nuke this thing already, please. Don't wait until the last second again. Doot, 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 doot. You're still there. Ariane, why'd you bring that down on her? Please, LB. I'm begging you. I'm doing this on purpose.
Right here.
Kill!
You will rue the day you cross.
Yeah, okay, now you use it. Come on, again. Okay, you're stolen. In the other version of this, not with your teammates, you actually have like a little command thing that tells them to use LB. I wish we had that for this. Because sometimes like this, they just have an LB2 sitting there and they just do nothing with it. Come on now. Save us some time. Alright. But we did it. So now it's time to slurp up more ether. That's a lot of light. Beautiful.
The Light Warden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
Aye, that they have. Her condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told. Would you describe it to me, Marie-Angé? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Well fought. Let us return home.
Those are some
Murals.
cool paintings.
If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments. But whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
Hello, welcome. That's alright. I hope you had a good sleep. If you slept in a little bit, it sounds like you needed it. to give you some context, we just defeated the Light Warden, went through the entire dungeon. It was a bit tedious, and now we're having a little talkie with Emmett Selk about these cool murals that we found inside the Kitana Revel. So here we go. This guy.
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour?
Chillin'.
Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, bro.
You're plotting something.
Every hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more. Well, I would quit this place, and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
Lordom time. Please?
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity.
Easy. Same.
Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But...
What? not gods of the first. Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... Oh. Oh. They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac, we natives of that sundered paradise. Now, do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
Maybe. Lahi? That was an enlightening experience, though not in the way I had hoped. Do you suppose there is any truth in Emmett Selk's claims? Well, I do know the answer to that. Though recent events plainly warrant further discussion, I think it best we wait until Alphino and the others are present. Emmett Selk included. How convenient that he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to Fanau and make certain of the Yomoran's withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow. The Blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky. Probably one of the last Lahis, because we're leaving this area soon. It was good while it lasted. I will just sprinkle some in during the streams. Just for old time's sake. You are returned. And unharmed, I see. Indeed, I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single Sin-Eater should make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so too did our hope that the ruins we have devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. Yet here you are, the allies for whom we have waited these many centuries, and with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. Yet, that alone would have been reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. On behalf of the V's, our forebears, and the late Emperor of Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Kitana Rabble proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you do not need to be so humble. We but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbows shortly after you set out. If you would return to the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We will await your return then. Goodbye! Yeah, I know I told you a little bit about Final Fantasy lore, but like prior to this, like what Emmett Selk just told us, no one had ever like heard that version of the story. So that was a really huge like, what the fuck moment. I'm just gonna teleport, I don't want to fly. The just the entire thing about the Asians being the people who summoned Zodiark, and Zodiark and Hydaelyn actually being primals. Yeah. In hindsight, it is a little bit.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
I'm just no thoughts head empty. I'm surprised by everything.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong. But we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
I'm sorry, Runar. but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
No date for Runar, Paul.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts.
No, I don't want to be
As we
famous.
will hold you in ours.
Jesus Christ.
Now and ever after. By the boundless dark. This I swear.
Get out of here. Bye, Runar. Though it pains me to leave, it is time I returned with you and the others to the Crystarium. But before we go, might I speak with you in private? I will await you in my chambers. Oh, Stola, this is so forward. Hello. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory at the Raktika Falls, I fear they proved true, and so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at Port Gone, your aethers has appeared tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light not unlike the Sin Eaters. When you defeated the Light Warden, I feared the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Heideling's blessing. Rather, it was absorbed into your being. Urianger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater. Greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. You should hurry, for the others begin to worry. Once I've sorted my things here, I will join you. So yeah, she's saying we are being light poisoned, which is bad business. And that is probably also why the water treated dark, like, tingled. Because it was like, ah, fuck this. Light, all this light, get out of here. And because Minfilia is also blessed by the light, it probably did something like that to her too, because she said like, oh, I feel weird too. We took one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Slitherbough remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who were poisoned will make a full recovery. And with the night sky returned, their prayers have at last been answered. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? I'll not deny there's a part of me that wishes I could stay. For 2 years I've lived with the Blessed, learned their culture, even going so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. I but pray I did honor to it. Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Weehaw! go. Run, run, run. Yay. Hello. All things considered, it is hardly surprising that Alphino and Alisaie have yet to arrive. But where's the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Alphino, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the warden hiding in Raktika? We killed it. Found and slain, you say? I should have known. Yulmore has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Northrend to defend them. I'm glad to see their efforts were wasted on the Great Wood. Speaking of Yulmore, what came of your meeting with Vothri? Yes, about that. It proved to be... Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. No doubt you are all tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much-needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. It's settled then. We reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. We're gonna be sleepy boys today. Let's see if I get another art burp visit. Sometimes you just gotta be a sleepy boy for a day. Lahi? Welcome back, miss. Returned from a lengthy excursion, I take it? Well, your room has been made ready, if you'd care to retire. Very good. I pray you sound sleep and pleasant dreams. Do 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 do. Yay!
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me.
And what if that changes? What if it overwhelms me?
I'm damned if I know. It's not as if I can lift a finger to help myself, much less you. Have faith in your friends, look out for them, and hope that they look out for you. What more can you do? Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascian stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbough look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, it felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
Oh shit.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear...
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there's work to be done.
Who's that guy?
These bloodless games make for poor sport. Mayhap if father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend.
Yeah.
I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
He body hopped again. What's happening? Oh, part 1 complete. Let's carry on with part 2, baby. Woo! Yuck. Ah, as I suspected you might be awake. I could scarce imagine you sleeping through such a commotion. An entire host of Sin Eaters appears to be advancing upon the Crystarium. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, that we are safe so long as we remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. Fuck no. Yes, I thought you might feel that way, and I cannot say that your assistance would be anything less than welcome. I must remain here to disseminate information to the other residents, but you are under no such obligation, and thus free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The Exedra tends to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with those seeking solace in companionship. You would have my personal gratitude if you would offer succor to those there. Let's go, let's go! Do-do-do. 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 Few townsfolk are about, and you spy none who appear to be in distress. Touché. I've only just returned from Amarang, yet I find the Crystarium moments from being beset by Sin Eaters. Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible. We've restored the darkness. Well, this is a fortunate coincidence. Brother, tell me you have some idea why this is happening. I may, but for the moment we will need to postpone such discussions in favor of action. The Crystal Exarch is preparing to deploy a barrier around the Crystarium as we speak. Ensuring that he is able to do so should be our first concern. There are a number of instruments placed about the Crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. I'm on my way to activate them now. In which case, 3 pairs of hands would be better than 1. Very well, I'll take the ones to the south. I shall deal with the northern apparatus then. Will you handle the western too? They are ensconced on platforms extending from the upper level of the Aetherite Plaza. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Let's go. Doo-doo-doo. 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 Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. It's about to get crazy. So slow. Despite having very little idea as to how it functions, it appears that you have activated the device successfully. Oh, the night sky is so pretty. And the moon. Lahi. Ooh, epic yawn. There's nothing than a nice big yawn. Nothing better.
Senator sighted! They're coming!
Let's go, let's fucking get him. Oh yeah. Big stretch.
Excellent. The barrier is holding.
Speaking of.
That's good news for the Crystarium, but what of the rest of Lakeland?
Lena and the City Guard have taken to the field. Thancred and the others have already joined them. Let us do the same.
Thank you for reminding me to do a nice big stretch. Let's go, Alphino! Oh, shit. We ought to join the vanguard as soon as possible. If the number of eaters we just saw is any indication, we'll be facing a formidable host. Okay. So many! There's too many! What lovely weather! Just what we needed. It seems the battle has already begun in earnest. Make haste. Crystarium forces are engaging the Sin Eaters at various locations across Lakeland. Assist them in defeating the Eaters before they are decimated. Let's fucking go! I hear shouting. Come on!
Let's give it our all!
They need our help.
Help is at hand.
More eaters, don't let your guard down. Come here! Those eaters, they're moving toward Radiska's round. We should follow. We cannot neglect those in need of aid. What the hell? Am I not tanking? Hello? They don't want me.
Leave the healing to me.
Bro. They don't want me. I kept attacking the NPC even though I was hitting them. Thank you. If it's this bad here, I shudder to think what it's like elsewhere. They want to kill me so bad it makes them look silly. A timely arrival, Dwashe. My hands full here. My no magic shall suffice to aid your Stola. I bid thee offer succor to the guards. Come here! Hurry, hurry, hurry. One brings shadow, one brings the light. The ether swells. I would hate to find out what she intends to do next. Defend me. Let none interrupt my incantation. Draw the lesser ethers within the perimeter. Master Matoya has a few tricks up her sleeve. Allow me to demonstrate. Most impressive trick indeed. As if you've none of your own. Let's make for the imperative, shall we? Someone hath made short work of these eaters. Could it be our friends? Yay! Tancred, Natalia. Poche, you'll be glad to know that the locals have all taken shelter. Nevertheless, we cannot allow the eaters to gain any ground. With me. Yes! Fighting Tancred for aggro. This is a competition now. That can't be good. God damn it all, we are too late. Blah. I'll follow the Eater. You press on to the imperative. I'm staying with you. We've lost too many already. We must hurry. Why is slow? These eaters are too organized. They cannot merely be acting on instinct. Oh boy. It is as we feared. But our task is as it ever was. Turn the tide. The lives of the wounded are in our hands. Come here.
On your feet!
Oi! Come on now. Please. Have care, that is no ordinary eater. Forgiven hypocrisy. More eaters. They're protecting it somehow. We shall need to deal with them first. Fucking die. I feel a swell of ether. Gather around me quickly. Perhaps now it's time to put my research to the test. Stop casting holy. Only I am allowed to do that. Press the wrong button. And yet still more come. Goshhead, buy me some time. Alphino, I'll need ether. Right, everyone, channel your ether into Alizé.
If naught else will suffice, my strength is yours.
And be everywhere at once.
The stars shall grant thee succor.
Let's give them a show!
Forward.
We hunt and steal!
We fight for those who cannot. Woo! There we go, Alizé.
There are so many.
God damn it!
Leader! Lena, hold on.
Annoy!
They turned on me.
This one is mine!
Go, Thancred, go!
We need only hold out a little while longer. Reinforcements are coming, remember? The captain said so. We're going to be all right.
Run! Run, damn you!
The Warrior of Darkness has returned. The Bloody Knight has returned. So stay with me, eh? You can't go dying now.
God damn it!
Please let this work. Please let this work.
Man.
No. No, no. Stay back. Stay back.
Help! Help!
Whoa.
Why did you spare me? Why? What have I done to deserve this mercy?
Forward! Forward! If you can still hold a sword, follow me! Wounded to the rear! Weapons at the ready! Let's make this count!
Fight and struggle. Seek salvation by your own hands. Though the losses be grave, endure them. Though the victories be hollow, claim them.
I know. It seems we've driven them back, for the time being at least. The wounded have been collected and are undergoing treatment now. Once they're ready to be moved, we will have them carried back to the Crystarium. The dead as well, of course. Those whose body remain anyway. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you're fit to fall over after what we've been through. Gods know I am. But if you could see to a few of the patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lena is about somewhere, so you might also consider asking her if there are any other outstanding areas of need. We'll talk later. Oh. Hi. With tear-filled eyes, the prone man gazes up at you. His fingers twitch as if to reach for you, but he lacks the strength to raise his hand. Man. Don't touch me. I killed her. I killed her. She was one of them, I know, but I... Blah. Thank you, but it's too late. One of them, it got me. If I turn, please, please kill me, I beg you. Hey, you okay?
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
Shouldn't you be resting? What would the guard do without their captain?
Appoint another. A captain's place is with her soldiers in the field. Don't pretend you're not of the same mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from over. We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses before they attack again. Now, if you will excuse me. I am fine. Completely and utterly fine. Better than fine. Hale and hearty and still alive to mourn those who are not. Who I failed to protect when they needed me most.
No, you're gonna make me cry.
Come so far, so goddamn far. I could have sworn the end was in sight, and now... Now they will never see it.
Impudent worms of the Crystarium! The tragedy that has befallen you is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance.
Fuck you.
The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior, me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering. A paradise where man and sin-eater might live in peace and harmony. Why, already, our winged brothers and sisters regard me and mine as kin, alike to them in beauty and purity. But you not only reject my prophet hand, but raise your own against my sin-eaters. It is only right that they respond in kind. Let this be a lesson to all those who would walk the path of sin. The wicked shall not inherit this world!
Is it about time to beat his ass yet? Bothry's ship is already gone. How flattering he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst. Rest assured I have no intentions of allowing any of my wounds to affect the performance of my duties, especially not now. If I may, could I ask that you seek out Thancred and Minfilia for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I would feel better knowing that they are well looked after. Tancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that Sin Eater. I would not be surprised if he were in Spagyrix still. Please, give them my thanks. Also, depending on how far we get today, I might want to go a little long. I don't know if that's okay with you or if you have other stuff to do. Either way would be fine with me. TBH. Hey, Tancred. Alright, alright. You're here for me. I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunately solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more worried about Minfilia. She's not taken it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have had the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Hortorium, ostensibly to fetch herbs for Chesamil, but just talk to her, will you? Okay, my co-parent. Alright, alright. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Hey, Minfilia. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a gentle poke will get her attention. Poke, poke. Eh! Oh, Dweshe, what are you doing here? Tancred. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but I was careless, and now it's my fault. Then you'll be wanting to get those herbs for the healers. Oh, what have I done? I promised I'd be right back, and yet here I am. I know that I need to be better. I'm only allowed to be a part of this because I'm Minfilia, and I need to be more like her. All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. But you're right, I can still help, if only by seeing these herbs safely to Chesamil. There's only 2 left on the list, but I'll need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I would hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that is very fragrant, in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. We only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Chesamil. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you, I appreciate the help. The plant has soft leaves and smells strongly medicinal. Thank you. And it's the right one. Minfilia told me that you would be bringing the rest. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our stores of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make it plain that it was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting it, I suppose, though with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win, I promise you that. It seems I owe you an apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you've just come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With Spagyrix in good working order, the Crystarium's people will be well cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but that's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. You know the Exarch? We do? Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something, for me. My dearest friend, you see, he was there on the battlefield with me, but only one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Vathri said is true, if our losses are just deserts, and we doom ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness, in the Crystal Exarch. I don't think what they've done is wrong, and I don't think we're wrong to fight with them either. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up, don't give in, please. We'll tell him, you have my word. I think I need a therapeutic laugh. Put some clothes on that beast. If you're ready, why not go on ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the Exarch company while I fetch Alphino. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest Amaro I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? I want to walk into the Ocular one time and just see Emmett Selk and the Exarch fist fighting. Just two old men going after each other with canes. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you, though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shirk from what must be done, now least of all. Though I mourn the lost, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. We have some time before the others arrive, if you would like to talk. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know. No, I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
No, there he is. Once again, butting in.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Mord told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin-Eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin-Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Armoreng, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
Thancred's about to beat the shit out of him.
You, which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armoreng we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
Who gave you the right to decide things, bro? I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. Okay. Nice tea, so thirsty. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. And you're sure you want to do this? Completely sure? Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny. And I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw a Yulmoran airship coming in to land over Amareng while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vothri's forces to Raktika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right. Now, Nabathareng lies in the southern reaches of Amareng, and there are two routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Mortsuk. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of the Nabath Severance. But we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance from the point nearby the Inn at Journey's Head. If the Yulmorans caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Lord Vothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposal. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Yulmorans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance at reaching Nabathareng unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Vothri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amaro for our own journey. I leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Road trips! A family can be two dads, their daughter, and their co-parent. And that co-parent's partner and their million children. There you are. The gate leading to Amareng is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? think it's time for a lahi. Off so soon, Mistress Mumifo. You've barely had time to recover from the battle. Hard is, more like hard ass. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spent upon it for granted. Stop doing the death flags. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck. Especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does. Hello. You sell? No, you're no merchant. But then, why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Verbert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among more traders. You're a traveling merchant then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before the flood it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Gengen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case you all must be familiar with the local roads, right? We're on our way to Nabathareng ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabathareng. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. Yeah, kobolds, so cute. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps. You ask, they tell. Tell for free even to friends of our best customer. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. Alright. You wish to go to Nabathareng? There was a way once, a gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires could bear your weight. Thank you, Steam, for this useless email message. For Nabatha Ring, airship is best. Nothing is faster than airship. The Yulmorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Thanks. That would be so funny though. It's like knocking on Valkyrie's door and it's like, hey, can you take us somewhere? Can you give us a ride? Oh, that's a surprise. Not many bound for Nabatha Ring these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It's locked behind the gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being much of use. Oh. Ah, Dweshe. I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabatha Ring. The Yomoran persons, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though their army is definitely in Nabatha Ring, there have been no sightings of Yulmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alize's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? Take that. So, these are our options. Well, what do you think? Get aside, the trolley seems most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. What? Oh, valued customers. Were the other more of a help? Of a fashion. They told us of a trolley that runs to Nabatha Ring, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when first we asked? Yes, the gate you see, it's impassable. Before, there was a huge, hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if they yet exist. I do not know, but you should travel east of Mount Biran mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I see the miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. We're off to Mount Biran then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Weesnaw. Whee! Let's just fly over all this shit. I love it! The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give him that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. That's a big boy. We are once again back in Chill Beats to Vibe 2 territory. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Ooh, hell yeah. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Yurionche's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Well, let's see. Aha. Flecks of rust adorn the rail, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. The benches within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it is clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. Let me in. Let me in. The cup is slightly warm, and a fair amount of tea, steeped over long if the color is any indication, remains within. Ooh, someone was here just now. Hey, Arianche. Ah, Dwashe, what hast thou discerned? I see, indeed. Thine observations are consistent with mine own. Oh look, Arianche is taller than Dwashe too. Cute. But let us refrain from further discussions ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks look like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. I believe that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to the golems of the source. Nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Dwashe, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouse in the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. The Defend yourself as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. I'm wiggling. Hey, dude. Wicked, White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You've no business here, of that I'm sure. Doing a whole lot of nothing, bro. Ugh, what are you? Ugh. No, I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone. Gnome. I'm not a gnome. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us, we're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we'd need to steal, what, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaffy, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto the world's end. On their journey they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Navatharang. They gave me the gigglies. We're hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but I know if you know anything about how we might get it working again. The trolley? The trolley! You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jarek and Thaffy, at your service. Technically, I'm a miner and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there is little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore, mark my words. I see. You're train autistics. You are here, no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Special interest time, baby. Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him if you'd like. We'll introduce you. Okay. Very well, our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right, it looks like you'll be following us back to Twine then. Do 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 do. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd come out by now. I beat him up. You think he'll be alright? That's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look, just in case. You go on ahead, Taffy. Alright, looks like it'll just be you lot and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. Speak for yourself. Damn, that's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be down about it now, though. I've pointed your over-eager companions in the right direction, and they've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally, we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. He'll ring your bell, alright. Stop attacking me! I just want to continue with the story. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Thank you. Hey guy. Wait a moment, I think I hear something. Oh, that's something, alright. Run! What? Oh. Jeez, okay. I'm okay. It's gibbering coyote, but for a second I thought it said girl boss coyote. I'm okay. Just make it through the day, baby. Come on now, fucking die. Sorry about that. I'll admit I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine though, so we should make it without further incident. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house the laborers tasked with building the tracks. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you've doubtless noticed, the tracks go to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mine. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go. Or so they say. Excuse me. That should give you some indication what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you to understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging. But I don't see that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. Sassy. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the four of you? Wicked white, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabatharang, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabatharang. Not anymore. And especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Nabatharang. I must. Bah. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabatharang. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak. And he's right. But I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Don't be so hard on yourself. You basically spent your whole life locked up. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This isn't a matter of fate, Urianger. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Mephilia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's just fine. He was a bit shaken up is all. And you, what did Magnus have to say? Ah, I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him into action where our interest has not, but I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be of help, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here if you'd like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. You mean to say you're not giving up? Even knowing that Magnus is Magnus? I don't see much point in your being stubborn about it, though perhaps stubbornness is exactly what this situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. I can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the tracks for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. Alright, I hope if you don't mind that I'm just gonna skip through this quest because it is so fucking tedious. Loose bolt. Alright, let's tighten it with a wrench. I don't need all of these animations, please. Let me skip this shit. Blah 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 blah. Fuck you. It's just like, yeah, okay, I know busy work quest, but could you at least not make it so annoying and for me to be unable to skip the stupid scenes? Very handy. Splintered wood. A rough file. Beep, 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 beep. Blah blah blah. Vultures make their nest on the tracks. Okay, so basically what they're saying, he just said is like, oh yeah, there was a Mistel or a Mikote company, and after everything went to shit here, they ran off to Yulmore. So now there's no one else to maintain the stuff over here. Die. Now we gotta clear out the vultures so we don't run them over. let's go. That should be everything taken care of. I'll tell you a little bit more about the trolley. Nothing that can get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted and its cars fell into disrepair. Now, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. And those are the worst years of my life. But then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amareng is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. It didn't help in the end. The Sin Eaters got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory they returned to Twine, started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked white vultures? Are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Oh, there's some primo feelings here. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different, but, well, here we are. You're so valid. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's griping for a change. Well, truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield somewhat of value. I see, the means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers the most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twill likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of ether. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well, then? To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. Full sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. You bet your bippy. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Mephilia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you to provide 3 stones of the debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. You just slap D&D and say, this baby can fit so many special interests in it. God, please just fucking die. I'm gonna call out my chocobo. I don't know if I'm, like, just slow or what? I feel like I'm not as powerful as I usually am. Hell yeah. I'll switch to monk for a second. I am very eager to continue. Yeah, I think it's just me. I think the animations for Dark Knight are pretty slow and deliberate, so maybe that's why it feels sluggish. So this isn't something I'm feeling now. I've felt that the whole time I've been playing Dark Knight. Thancred and Mephilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Didst thou succeed in procuring stone from debitage? Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Mephilia's return. From end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They but require sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange, the core refuses to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core ether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So, it was the heart after all. Didst thou foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We'd never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Jarek? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Right then, the Talos. Their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined at the same place. The place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thaffy or someone else. Back to the tavern then. I want to weave through the beams. Hey guy. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer is the same. Our trolleys are... What? Gods damn it, Jerick. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you've made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And he may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know. Can I have a crumb of voice acting, please?
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Come on now. Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Thafi, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stone we require? No matter how scant a possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all of the veins were tapped dry ages ago. Years ago. I cannot read. Though I suppose if you really want to try, you may find something at Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get back there, look for Gutthorn and tell him I sent you. But don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. Dweshe, I think it best Thancred join thee in this search. Though he would be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil, and his thoughts clouded. 'Twould be unwise to ignore his distress. Hey Thancred, you wanna do a little road trip with me? Talk about our feelings. Off to somewhere, are you? At last, a lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. I say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. Just wondering how much longer would you be willing and able to watch? just so I can know where to cut it off. Because I don't think we might... Yeah, okay, yeah. No problem. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Guthion has to say before we celebrate. Assuming we can find him, that is. Lahi! Who are you and what are you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Thafi. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. Hell yeah. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is leonine. All the Talos in the Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine, what do you want? The other day I found a Verbert gold piece down in the mines. A bloody Verbert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it, and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Doache. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. And I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these, sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in, and I can handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after, in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drop's effect wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Oh man, can you imagine accidentally walking outside with those and then you're like, just like, too much light. I already feel that way anyways, but... As you search in the shadows, a gleam catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Verbert gold piece. Oh man. Yeah, I luckily never have to do eye drops, but it is getting to that time of year again that I will just have to start wearing sunglasses when I'm outside. Always. I was hoping he'd drop the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Oh, what a mood. Or maybe she is. Yours at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Come now, Thancred. You are far more prepared for this task than I. No more than usual, I assure you. I only managed to survive the Curthan wilderness and the imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louis, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Guthjon. The sooner we get back to Urianger and Minfilia, the better. You're back! Wait, does that mean... I'll be damned, you actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off. But you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. This will probably be the last mission we do for tonight. And then we'll be back again on Monday. Wow, it's too bright. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so still. But you're not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms? I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices where we could never hope to reach. And on occasion they come back with something valuable. They dig up Leonine in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes. That said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. I should warn you that this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Thanks, Thancred. You better fucking leave me alone, gnome. Smoke bombs. Veronica, you're my best friend in the world. I can always count on you. My staunchest ally. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby you hear the soft rumbling of stones. Rumble, rumble. Oh, there's another one. Die. You feeling good about D&D tomorrow? I hope you're feeling less yucky than you were. The day after tomorrow, sorry. What? Sorry. I thought it was Friday. I'm silly. Yeah. Just have a chill session. I think it will be fun either way. Ooh, big money. Come on now. Ugh, so much. Well, we didn't really get to the point where I wanted to get, but maybe that was just me being a bit too forward. But that's okay, because we'll just have the next stream jam-packed with so many feels. So look forward to that. But we're at least making real good headway. No, I don't want to fight this fucking gnome. Leave me alone, bro. Ugh. Fuck off. There we go. Jeez. Alright. Well, we've collected all the stuff. I think that is where we are going to leave it off for today. So thank you for being here. Sorry if I was a little bit impatient today. Yeah. I think maybe looking back on it, it was a bit too overeager, considering especially it took me like 40 minutes to get through the entire dungeon. So, with like the mission up front and stuff, so yeah. It's no biggie, and we're just gonna have a double, triple dose of sad next time. So, thank you for being here. I'm thinking of doing the same thing next week, just Monday, Wednesday, Thursday for streams. If that doesn't work for you, please let me know. But yeah. I had a lot of fun, and is it Monday yet? Let's end with that. Goodbye, goodbye!